Hi, welcome to Yoga on the Inside.
We're so happy you're here and joining us for practice today. So to get started, sit up on a bolster or a couple of blankets and take a simple seat. Rest your hands on your thighs, close your eyes from top to bottom, and turn your awareness in. And as you sit here for the first few moments of this practice, take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your nose. Allow your lips to be soft. Let your shoulders go down your back. And press through your sitting bones to lift your chest any amount. Gently open your eyes, and let's begin the practice. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Variation of downward dog, where we're going to use a block and one blanket and your sticky mat. So you're going to take the block at the lowest height and then tri-fold a blanket for your head. Place the blanket on top of the block, and you may find that this height doesn't work for you, but this is where we'll start. So you're going to act as if you're coming into downward dog, but you're going to bend your elbows and place the top of your head on the support. And then, with your head firm, walk your arms forward to the traditional downward dog arms. Straighten your arms and legs, and let your heels be buoyant. So let them come up off the floor. So in traditional downward dog, we're normally reaching the legs to reach the heels towards the floor. But today, I want you to let those heels be buoyant so that more weight comes onto the head. This variation of downward dog is actually 3 poses in one. So you have the general shape and the arms and the torso of downward dog. And then you have the head resting on the support, which simulates the benefits of Shirshasana or headstand. And at the same time, you have the sternum moving towards your chin, chin towards your sternum, creating the benefits and the feeling of Salamba Sarvangasana or shoulder stand. So you have that nurturing quality, that energizing quality, and that full body stretch of the arms and the legs at the same time. Be strong in your arms and keep pressing your arms straight, extending both sides of your body, both sides of the ribs. Close your eyes and go inside. And though this pose requires a lot of work out of you, can you tune in to a deeper stillness? Can you ask for Shavasana in a pose that requires strength, stability? And can you stay and search for the comfort in the discomfort? And if it becomes too much, you can simply come to pose of a child. But for those of you who can, ask yourself to move deeper and deeper into this present moment, deeper and deeper inside of yourself. Now very slowly, take your hands under your shoulders, press yourself back, and come all the way up. Join your feet, bring your hands down by your sides, and stand in Tadasana. Uttanasana. For this variation, you need a block. And you may find that you need 2 blocks or a blanket to add some height to this, but we'll start here with 1 block. So you're going to bend your knees. First, take your feet a little wider than hip distance apart, and then bend your knees and take the top of your head to the block. Grab the backs of your ankles and slowly straighten your legs. Allow your thumbs to go in the same direction as your fingers, and let your head become heavy on the support. So if you find that your head is light, or that you're really reaching or leaning forward to make contact with this block, you can add a block. You can fold blankets and add the blankets to the top of the block. Or if you need to, you can use a chair seat to rest your head. The part of your head that's resting firmly on the block is the crown. So this simulates doing Shirshasana or headstand, even though we're in Uttanasana. Uttanasana is a great pose to stretch the backs of the legs, but doing it in this way with the head supported is really helpful for reducing anxiety and for bringing a calming and a cooling sense to the mind. When we first take this pose, I want you to take your shoulders up away from your ears and bring space and room into your neck. But as we continue to stay, I want you to allow your shoulders to start to move towards your ears so that more weight actually comes into the crown of the head. Let your upper body cascade forward and become heavier and heavier. Close your eyes, turn your attention inside. And see if you can find comfort, even in the discomfort of stretching your legs this much and for this long. Can you remain strong and stable in your legs as you allow your upper body, your head, your mind, and your soul to fully release and surrender? Let your shoulders go a little bit more and allow a little bit more weight to come to the crown of your head. Soften your lips, your cheeks. Resist the temptation to bring the teeth hard pressed together, but instead allow space and room to come between the teeth. Allow your tongue to float in your mouth. Look for any tension that may build in the face, in the neck, and surrender there. And now very slowly release your ankles. Take your hands to the floor and press yourself halfway up. Just let your head clear. And then bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest and come all the way up. Join your feet together. Bring your arms down by your sides and stand in Tadasana. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide angle foot posture. So begin in Tadasana and then separate your feet 4 to 4.5 feet wide. And I like to take my heels to the back edge of my mat so that I know that my feet are level, that they're in the same plane. With your hands on your hips, make the outer edges of your feet parallel to the outer edges of your mat. And then take a deep inhalation, press your hips down and lift your chest, take your head back. And then come forward, round your back, bring the heels of your hands in line with the heels of your feet or slightly behind. Fingertips point forward towards your head. And rest your head on the floor or on support. So you may find that you need a block or a couple of blocks to rest your head today. Keep the work in your feet strong, allowing weight to be evenly distributed on all 4 corners of your feet. The tendency in Prasarita Padottanasana is that the weight will go to the outer feet. So to help assist you bring that weight into balance, roll your thighs from outside in and pull your ankle bones in so that they're not pressing out away from the body. With your head firmly on the floor, take a couple of deep breaths into your upper back body, into your back ribs, expanding the skin of your back, breathing life there. Grip your knees and activate your thighs, but don't just hard press your legs to straight. Be mindful and bring your intelligence into lining the bones up properly. So for those of you who hyperextend, you may need to take a little bit of a micro bend here. And then very slowly come halfway up and bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Heel toe your feet in until you're comfortable to stand up. Bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest, look up, come all the way up, and join your feet together for Tadasana. Dvipada Viparita Dandasana. You'll need a chair for this pose and space at the wall. So take your chair close to the wall with the seat facing towards you, and then carefully and mindfully step through the chair. Slide your buttocks so that your sitting bones are supported by the chair seat, but your hamstrings are fully off. And then take your toes slightly up the wall, hold the back bar, arc your chest, and lie back. And see if you can land holding your shoulder blade tips on that chair seat, right on the edge. And then slide your hands down to where the chair legs meet one another, or what we call the triangles of the chair. And then slowly, methodically straighten your legs and crawl your toes up the wall, reaching your heels, especially your inner heels, towards that crease where the wall meets the floor. Your elbows drop below the chair seat and on the outsides of the chair legs. And you pull down on those triangles of the chair, holding where the legs meet one another to lift your chest even more. And even though it's very hard to see this, I want you to bring your awareness to the muscles that are resting on the edge of the chair seat. See if you can grip those two sides of your spine. They're ropey muscles called the paraspinal muscles that run along the spine. See if you can grip those muscles evenly. And most of you will find that one side, it's very easy to grip. It almost feels bigger than the other side, and it is. And you may find that trying to grip the other side feels nearly impossible, that you can't even find it. Bring your intelligence, your awareness, your mind to the side that's not as easily obtainable, and ask for more. So when we look to find balance in this area, sometimes we need to let off the stronger side. So if you feel like one side grips very easily, see if you can soften that side for a moment. And then very slowly bend your knees, put both feet on the floor, slide your buttocks fully on the chair seat, and pull with your arms to come up chest first, head last. Slide your entire body back so that your hamstrings are supported, and rest your arms on the back bar of the chair seat. Receive, absorb. Allow that residual effect of the back bend to enter your body. Let your lower back soften. And bring your spine into a state of neutral, allowing your head to remain in a state of neutral as well. Eyes are soft. Arms are soft. Bringing your attention and your awareness into this present moment. And then very slowly and carefully, step one leg out of the chair and then the other. Join your feet. Big toe mounds touch, heels touch. Bring your arms by your sides for Tadasana. Salamba Sarvangasana in the chair. So for this pose, you're going to need a chair, a sticky mat, a bolster, and a blanket. I want you to start by taking the sticky mat and folding it in half, and then in half again, and place that sticky mat on the chair seat. Then you're going to take a blanket, and you're going to place that on top of the sticky mat, and this is for comfort. So the sticky mat will keep you in the chair, and the blanket's there for comfort. And then you're going to take the bolster and place it underneath the chair seat. Sit on the chair and swing your legs over the back bar. Now this is the most important part of getting into this pose. You have to walk your buttocks through the opening of the back of the chair and lie your entire back on the chair seat. This will help to keep the chair from tipping over. Arc your chest and waterfall your chest over the chair seat, slowly sliding yourself down until your shoulders touch the bolster. You have to tuck your chin to be able to do this. and place the back of your head on the floor. You can grab the bolster with your hands and carefully adjust it so that it's fully supporting your shoulders. Your sacrum rests on the edge of the chair seat. And then I want you to extend your legs straight and have them touching the back bar. This variation of shoulder stand is so supportive and so potent because it allows you to stay in the pose with an open chest, and it allows you to stay for time. So be sure that you're being held at your sacrum and not that the chair is hitting you in your lower back or your lumbar. That's to be avoided. Take your arms into cactus pose so that your arms are bent at 90 degrees, your backs of your hands rest on the floor, and your palms face up. Charge your legs so that they're working and make one leg from two. So though it's a supported variation of shoulder stand, that doesn't mean that it's void of effort. The legs are strong and they're working. And the more you work your legs, the less you'll feel the backs of your knees on that back bar, which can become irritating. Allow your legs to remain strong so that there's a lightness that's created on that back bar. Reach through the mounds of your big toes, starting all the way from your inner groins, extending your inner leg through your knees, your ankles, your inner heels, and the mounds of your big toes. Allow your face to stay neutral in Shavasana face, softening your cheeks, your eyes, the space between your brow, your temple skin. Let both sides of your throat remain soft. And avoid pressing your lower jaw forward. Instead, allow your bottom teeth to separate from your top teeth. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth and turn your attention inside. And now very slowly, bend your knees and put your feet on the back bar of the chair, and then take your feet to the chair seat. Hold on to the chair and slowly slide out so that your shoulders come out first and your pelvis, your sacrum, lower back land on that bolster and your calves land on the chair seat. And then press the chair seat away so that it holds you in the backs of your knees, your calves. And there's a big angle that's created between your thighs and your belly. This is known as Tadika Mudra, or the pooling of the belly, or the creation of a lake in the belly, where you can almost feel a hollowness or an emptiness come to the belly area. But it's comforting, soothing. Let yourself remain here as if you are taking your Shavasana. And if you find your mind wandering, bring your awareness back to the present moment by turning your attention to your breath. Bring your awareness in, allowing the outside world to remain just that, outside of you. Embrace your inner world. And take this moment to be there fully. Now very slowly bend your elbows and take your hands to your ribs. Rest your hands on your torso, bringing peace and a comforting embrace. And then slowly bend both knees into your chest. Roll to your right side. Come all the way off that bolster and rest on your side. And then turn down to come up. Take a simple cross-legged seat. Rest your palms on your thighs and go in. Halasana to Nirlamba in the chair. So you're going to need at least 6 blankets. If you have 7, please grab those. A chair that's a yoga chair with the back cut out and a sticky mat. So I want you to start by folding the sticky mat in half and in half again. This is going to be your foundation, your anchor. And then I want you to build a shoulder stand setup. So you take the blankets, first taking 2 of the blankets to tri-fold and put on your chair seat. And then taking the other 5 blankets, or whatever amount that you have, at least 3, opening them to shoulder stand size and stacking them very neatly with the round edge facing the same direction. Smoothing the blankets out as you go to create a foundation that is balanced, even, firm, precise. All the round edges facing one another, facing the same direction. And then you're going to take the chair with the seat and those 2 tri-folded blankets facing the round edges of the blankets you've just folded. Then lie down on the blankets, preparing yourself as if you were going into shoulder stand in the middle of the room. Make sure that your shoulders are a couple of inches away from the edge of the blankets. Your head hangs off. Place your hands under your buttocks and kick your feet up over to Halasana, threading your feet between the opening of the back of that chair and resting your bottom thigh close to your knee on the 2 tri-folded blankets. Take a moment and walk your shoulders in towards one another. Allow your back to round and allow the energy of your buttocks and hamstrings to fall towards your heels. As you stay here, you may find that you're able to take more of your thigh onto the tri-folded blankets, that you start to come closer to the crease where your thigh meets your upper body, closer to the pelvic region. This requires a big stretch out of the neck, so only take the invitation if it's given to you. Don't allow your ego to interfere in any way. But if the back of the neck allows and the front of your throat allows, Please take that invitation and be willing to adjust your shoulders any amount as you stay. Release your arms back behind you, palms face up, arms are straight. Close your eyes and go inside. Halasana is a pose of introspection. It turns your gaze not only inward as you close your eyes, but if you choose to open them, your gaze is at your abdomen, and this is looking directly at yourself. For some of us, that can be quite scary. To have our actual physical body be so close that we're forced to look inward. But it's an opportunity, not just physically, to soften the back body, to let your feet fall, to lengthen the back of the neck, but it's an opportunity emotionally to turn inward. To feel what it feels like to let go of the outside world. Soften both sides of your throat, relax your jaw and lower teeth. Release the grip of your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Resist the temptation to press the back of your head. Soften and go in. Be mindful of the grips that come unconsciously as you stay and allow them to soften piece by piece. Allow your legs to become heavier and heavier. And now very slowly take your hands above your head and grab those two legs of the chair that are on either side of your head. And carefully unthread your legs. You're not coming out fully. Unthread your legs from the chair. Push the chair back and raise your legs up for Nirlamba Sarvangasana. So the chair legs rest between your thumbs and your index finger on the webbing. There's a roundness that stays in your spine as you come onto the top backs of your shoulders, but the contact of the sternum and the chin are strong.
Bring a strong inner rotation of your legs as you make one leg from two. Press through the balls of your big toes, your big toe nails towards the ceiling. Breathe. Slow, smooth, and even through your nose. Allowing the breath to come natural. Not forced, not fast. Now very slowly with straight legs, lower your feet and slowly roll out of the pose. Bending your knees at the last moment, put your feet on the floor and then push your shoulders back towards the chair until your shoulders come to the floor. Straighten both legs, let your arms come straight out to the sides and rest. Shoulders are firm, chest lifted. Chest elevated. Let go completely. Relax entirely. Soften yourself any amount. And then very slowly bend one knee and then the other, placing both feet on the floor. Roll to your right side, come all the way off that support. And take simple cross legs, taking your hands to your thighs, head at neutral, go inward. Setubandha Sarvangasana. For this pose, you're going to need 2 bolsters and a belt. So you're going to start by taking the bolsters and placing them vertically on your mat in a line so that they make one long bolster. This is going to support your entire body so that you're able to fully let go in this pose. You're going to sit on the middle of the bolsters, take your belt, and make a loop. And then you're going to place both feet, one at a time, in the belt. And you're just going to loosely belt your ankles. So you're not trying to make this belt tight, but you should have about 2 to 4 inches between your ankle bones. And just make sure that the belt buckle is not touching your skin. And then you're going to lie down so that your entire back, your neck, and even the back of your head is supported on the bolsters. And then you're going to slide your body back on those bolsters so that the skin of your upper body goes over your shoulders and down your back. This will help to hold your chest open. And to keep you in a position where your armpit chest feels free and your upper chest feels really much more open than your normal posture. Sometimes when I do this pose, oftentimes, I'll find I need to push just a little bit more so that my shoulders are firmly on the floor. The back of your head rests gently on the floor. And then because of the nature of the props, your sternum moves towards your chin. There's such an openness of your chest that it allows your chin and sternum to come closer to one another, which creates a squeezing of the front of your neck, which is really good for your thyroid. Be mindful to not press the back of your head. Be mindful to not grip the two sides of your throat. Let your legs go, let your feet go. Close your eyes and turn your attention inward. So this is a beautifully supportive, restorative variation of Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, which is a variation of shoulder stand. And whenever we practice shoulder stand or a variation of, we can tune ourselves into the nurturing qualities of these poses. Salamba Sarvangasana is often called the mother pose of yoga because of those nurturing qualities, because you feel held, you feel supported. And when you come out of one of these types of poses, you feel better. So allow the props to hold your body open, to bring a gentle stretch to the abdomen, gentle opening to the rib cage, and a softening of your lower body. Those of you who have back pain when you start to open your chest or do any sort of backward bending motion may find that this variation of Setu Bandha Sarvangasana serves you really nicely. And this is because there's a little bit of space between the legs. We're not hard belting the ankles, but there's a little bit of room for your feet to be organic. And so this will relieve pressure from the low back. But you may still feel a little bit of sensation there. Don't be alarmed. This is normal. We are still opening the chest. And for those of us who have a rounded chest or do a lot of work sitting or driving, anytime we start to open the chest, the pressure gets pushed to the low back or the neck. So just a reminder that in yoga, there is pain that comes along this path to finding freedom in your body. And we have to be willing to turn and face that pain. In our normal lives, we oftentimes will run away from pain or avoid pain, but in yoga, it's a little bit different. Now, very slowly, I want you to take your feet out of the belt, so it should be loose enough to allow you to do that easily. Take your feet to either side of the bolster and rest your knees on one another. Make this effortless so that they're falling into one another, so that there's nothing in your legs holding your knees together. Simply rest here for a moment. And then very slowly turn to your right side. Come all the way off that bolster. Turn down to come up. and take a simple cross-legged seat. Place your palms on your thighs and rest. And now it's time for Shavasana. Today we're going to take Shavasana with a bolster underneath your knees. And this is really nice for the low back. So you'll start with a blanket for your head. You're going to fold it so that it's a thin blanket. It's just giving you comfort between your skull and the floor. And then set the bolster underneath your knees. And as you lie back, adjust the bolster so it's directly underneath your knees. And before you straighten your legs, lift your buttocks up. Push your upper buttocks towards your heels and then slowly straighten your legs, allowing that bolster to support behind your knees while still keeping both heels on the ground. Make any adjustments to your head and neck, and then allow your arms to come down by your sides. Let go everywhere, let loose everywhere. Some days it feels like dropping into Shavasana is very easy. And other days it can feel like one of the hardest poses that we practice. So use this time to bring your awareness to softening, surrendering, letting go of the body, letting go of the mind, the thoughts. Just for this moment, followed by this moment, followed by this moment. Knowing that everything that you need to tend to is waiting for you after this Shavasana, that there's no need to put your attention there. It's coming for you. Put your attention on your surrender. Let go of your practice. Let go of the poses, the judgments, the successes, the failures. Let go of all of that. And in the words being spoken, it makes this process sound easy. But that is up to you. So as you lay here with your eyes closed, see if you can broaden your focus inside your mind. Allow your eyes to sink into the sockets and to move outward. And notice as you allow your eyes to move outward, your attention moves inward. Soften all the muscles of your face. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Separate your teeth and wet your lips. And allow yourself to feel free in your body, free in your mind. Making space and room for the energy of your practice to descend upon your being. the afterglow, allowing, inviting, opening to the beautiful benefits of the practice that you just did for yourself. Allow your mind and your body to soften to this energy. And then slowly bend your elbows and place your hands on your lower belly. And bend both knees into your chest and roll to your right side, resting on your side. Turn down to come all the way up and find a simple cross-legged seat. Join your palms together in front of your heart. Thank you so much for your practice today. Namaskar. Have a wonderful day.
I hope you loved that practice, and we look forward to seeing you again.
So subscribe if you're new, and remember to check out our online classes below.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.